there everybody, it's High Priestess Dandy. I'm really sorry that I have not made a video in quite a while. I've been going to school and have been pretty swamped with that, but I want to start making videos more regularly. Please forgive me if any of my animals come up and photobomb. Anyway, so one of the first things I wanted to touch on today is that I have finally, after all these years, come up with a spiritual name for myself. So instead of High Priestess Dandy, I now am going to go by High Priestess Synergy, or Sin for short. So please feel free to call me Sin, and it's S-Y-N. Anyway, so today I was having a hard time deciding what I wanted to show you guys because it's been so long and there's lots of fun stuff we could do. But I think what I'm going to focus on is using a ginger root as like a poppet or a voodoo doll for yourself. So some things that you will need for it: you will need a ginger root. I like to pick ones that kind of look like a person. This one only has one arm. But I was very fond of this one. When I picked it up, it felt like me. So look for one that feels like you, might look like you some way, somehow. So anyway, this is the one I picked. It is a bit shrivelly because I've actually been working this spell for a couple weeks now, and my root is about to go into the ground. So anyway, you want to get a ginger root. If you have any of your hair that you have cut and saved, gather that up. If you have any teeth that you've saved, I love working with natural things with your body. So hair, teeth, blood, saliva is fine. If you're going to use blood and you're female, menstruation blood is like the best. And contrary to popular belief, it's really no dirtier than any other blood. So I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, I have hair, but I didn't bring it down because I actually used blood on this one. I had been bringing in my groceries that day, and I accidentally jammed my hand into my car door, and it cut my finger open, which it's actually just now starting to heal. But anyway, it bled pretty good, so I actually wiped my blood on my ginger root. And as I was doing that, I held on to it and I focused on visualization of pushing my essence into this ginger root to make it me, to make it a symbol of me. And let's see, what else do you need? If you have a singing bowl, I really like to use this in everything. I'll show you what it sounds like soon. You don't have to get one just for this, but it's a really nice additive. If you do any kind of shamanic work, I'm a hedge witch, and I prefer rattles and drums. If you would like to use these for the ginger root spell, get some. You can also use different oils or herbs. I would particularly grab ones that correspond with your intent. So for me, the intent for this ginger root was to help heal a lot of my health problems. This is one reason why I have not been making videos for a while. I actually just had surgery. So I've been battling some health problems as of late. So anyway, for me, I looked up what herbs and oils would correspond with healing my immune system, that had anti-inflammatory effects, protection, because I've also been going through some big life changes, and I really have felt like I need extra protection. Ginger root itself is a very protective herb. It's very great for GI upset, for nausea, vomiting. It's great to stimulate the immune system, to heal the immune system, and it also is an anti-inflammatory agent. So this is like perfect all around for healing and protection. So anyway, if you choose to use oil or herbs, you can actually anoint your ginger root with it, and as you're rubbing it into your ginger root, or taking a moment to hold it, I want you to visualize your intent seeping into this ginger root. You are empowering this ginger root to be you, and for you to heal, or for you to have protection, or whatever your intent is. Let's see, I also like to have sage. I like this around for everything. It's pretty much my go-to. I apologize, my nose is running a little bit. Anyway, there goes my cat. So with the sage, I like to smudge my ginger root as soon as I get home, because this has been sitting at a grocery store where tons of people can be touching it and messing with it and looking at it, and they may not even realize they're in a bad mood and while they're touching this, and therefore they're rubbing that energy off onto my ginger root. So you want to go ahead and cleanse that before you make it yours. So I tried to find a lighter before this. I'm hobbling around on an air cast right now, and I'm not supposed to be walking on it, so I could not find a lighter. Sorry. So we're going to pretend. So anyway, when I start, I would light my sage, get some good smoke going, and hold my ginger root, and I would waft the smoke or even blow some of the smoke on it. Make sure that I get all of it. And again, visualization is key. So make sure you're visualizing that you are wiping it clear of anything negative, of anything that is symbolic of anyone else. You are clearing this, this ginger root. You're basically making a blank slate for yourself. So once you've done that, the next thing I did was I smeared my blood on it. Again, visualization is everything. So as I was anointing it with my blood, I was very thoroughly visualizing what that was doing for me. So once I did that, I like to start with rattles or drums because it helps work me into a trance. Sometimes I don't need anything like this, but with my cats and my dog and my kids, it can get really loud and chaotic, so this can really help. So the next thing I like to do is hold my ginger root, and again, visualizing that this is me and that I am already healed. So do not visualize it like you're gonna be healed. Visualize it as if you are already healed. If you have a broken leg, your leg is fixed. The bones are back in place. There's no torn ligaments or tendons. The muscles are safe. If you are depressed, visualize yourself emerging from that depression and you have a renewed sense of strength and happiness and balance. So visualize it like it has already happened. And while I'm doing that, I'll start to use my rattle however feels right to me. And this will help work me into a trance where I'm focusing on nothing but my intent here. So you do that for however long works for you. Sometimes I can do it very quickly, and other times I need some more time, depending on how I'm feeling. So I also wanted to, this is spur of the moment, I wanted to give you guys a chant that I wrote, and it's more of a song, but I call it a chant. And this one I use a lot, and it actually works very well with what I've been working on with my ginger root, because not only am I working on healing myself, but I have been holding on to stuff that I should not be holding on to, which is very hard to, it's easier said than done. However, it is vital that we learn how to let go of things that are no longer serving us. So I'm going to sing this song that I wrote while I'm still working on this. Here goes my cat again. Help me let go, help me shed, help me release all the stress and dread. Help me let go, help me shed, help me release all the stress and dread. I sing to the gods, I sing to the Tao, renew my strength and bless the roads I tread. So that's just a little song or chant that I wrote for many different things. Okay, so now if I feel completely comfortable with what I've done with my ginger root, I like to add rose quartz at the end. Rose quartz is really great for a lot of things like other stones, but one of my favorite properties is for self-love. Trying to get some really good images here. So anyway, in this culture, I really do not feel like we teach properly how to love ourselves, and it's so common. Apologize, there's jets going overhead. It's really common for us to love others, but to deny ourselves that love. And I know for me personally, I've struggled with that over the years because I was raised in a particularly abusive childhood, in a particularly abusive home, and was told that if I felt anything positive for myself, that it was narcissistic. And that's not true. Narcissism is when you go past self-love into I am amazing and everyone else is horrible and everyone else is here for my benefit, which is not the goal here. The goal is to realize that you deserve love just like anyone else and that you should give it to yourself first. So anyway, that's why I really love adding the rose quartz to this. So when I have it sitting on my altar, I've been keeping the rose quartz on the chest area where the heart is. And then again, visualizing this not only affecting the heart of my ginger root, but affecting my own heart chakra, so that it can open and it can heal. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do when I feel all ready to finish, my cat is crazy, I like to pull out my singing bowl and I like to play it to kind of seal everything that I've just done. And as you can hear, it is still going. And it will go for a while. So that is what I like to do here. And what I would like to do now that it's beginning to deteriorate, I'm going to take it out into my backyard where I have outdoor ritual space, and I'm going to, I actually think I want to get fancy with it, and I'm going to attach different embroidery threads to it corresponding with the chakras, and I'm actually going to have the root buried down in the ground. I'm going to have the crown coming up and attaching to one of the tree branches, and have the other chakras attaching outward. I'm going to leave it out there for maybe a day. I want it to be under the moon for a little bit, and then I'm going to bury it in the ground so that way it can kind of return back to the earth. So that's really all I wanted to do today. I did want to quickly show you some new stones that I got because they're really beautiful. So one of my students, CJ, I totally know it was you. He's actually my apprentice now, but he sent me this really cool like crystal box thing. It's like a subscription where they sent me a box of crystals around Yule time. And I just love this. This is fluorite right here. This is a really good stone for empaths. It really helps you determine what feelings are yours and what feelings you're picking up from other people. And that's key, so that way you can let go of anything that is not yours. You know, if you're feeling anger because you were around an angry person earlier, you can say, okay, that's not my anger. I have no reason to be feeling this, so I'm going to allow myself to let it go. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say, since we're talking about letting go, and this is Moon Shadow, by the way. Say hi, Shadow. Anyway, since we're talking about letting go, I want to say one more thing. I learned this lesson with some Buddhist studying, and I hope I do the story justice, but it talks about how there's two different monks. They're walking together through a wooded area, and they come across a woman who is struggling to get across the river. And if you don't know this, monks are forbidden to touch females. And I believe nuns, it's the same thing. They're forbidden to touch males. So the one monk picks her up and carries her across the river, makes sure she's safe, and he sets her down, and they continue on their way. And they continue to walk for a while, and the other monk is just getting really irritated and really upset, and he finally just blows up on the other monk and tells him, I cannot believe you did that. I cannot believe that you picked that woman up. We're not supposed to do that. You carried her. That is a big deal. And the monk that carried the woman turned and looked at his friend and said, well, I set her back down all that time ago, but you're still carrying her. And I really love this story because it goes to show that, you know, a lot of us tend to carry things within us that we should not be carrying. And yes, sometimes we have to do things that we are not supposed to do. And sometimes it's the right thing to do it, but it's okay to just do it and let it go. So yeah, I think that's a story that everyone needs to hear, and I really hope that it was helpful for you. I guess I will end here because I just realized I've been talking for a long time. So if you guys have any questions, please ask below. If you want to request a video topic, please do, because half the time I have a million ideas in my head and I cannot decide which to go with. So please, please, please tell me what you would benefit from hearing. I can talk about a huge variety of topics, so we're good there. Also, I reinstated my coven recently. We are called Celestial Sanctuary. We are based in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I've gotten our website back up. I will put the link in the video here. I also am on Facebook if you would like to follow me, and Tumblr as well. So I will put those links in the description. And again, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear. I really want to cater to you guys. I love serving. Oh, there goes my phone. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love and light. Bye.